welcome back to Tarot AF. So today I have another pick a card reading for you all on what goes through their mind when they see you. We're going to explore this through tarot cards, oracle cards. We're also going to pull some songs and some channeled messages. So it's going to be a super fun one today. I'm really excited. So we have 5 piles for you guys today. So firstly, we've got the Ocean Calcite over here, we have the Fluorite Moon, we have the Serpentine Heart, we have the Unakite Tooth, and we also have the Rose Quartz Elephant. So if you've never been to a pick a card reading before, hello, welcome. What you can do, you can take a moment, you can pause the video, see which one is drawing your eye, and what I do is I post the times in the box below and you can meet me there for your reading. I will see you then. Bye. Hi lovely friends of pile 1. So if you picked the Ocean Calcite, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, in terms of tarot, we have the Priestess, Illumination and Knowledge. We have the Emperor, Wisdom and Passion. And we have the Hierophant as well, Spirituality and Knowledge. And in terms of oracle cards, we have Structure, we have Victory, we have Success, I know that there is no greater goal than to love, and we also have Shark Energy. So firstly, what I'm seeing is that when this person sees you, they see this kind of like a mystery box with this priestess, but also this shark. Like there's something captivating and kind of lurking behind, and it's through this kind of water energy. So you could be a water sign, Scorpio, Pisces or Cancer. You don't have to be. We've also got Taurus and we've also got Aries here as well. But I just see this really kind of like, it's all under the surface essentially. Like from the outside, I think they see this really strong, kind of structured, stable individual who is grounded, and the Emperor can be called the anchor in other decks. And I really got this sense of, obviously we've got loads of water as well, but like through calm storms, you are like this peace, this presence, someone who goes after what they want and gains success and victory. And I think you just bring order and stability in a chaotic world for this person. It's kind of like around the presence. I'm seeing like a vortex, like when they're with you, it's just like everything else kind of bleeds to the outside. It's just like grounded. It's just there, just the two of you. And I think it's also about the eyes, because we have all these eyes closed in these pictures, obviously except the shark, but and then all of these eyes open in the structure section. But I just feel like with all of these victory cards and these tarot cards, with these eyes closed, I feel like that is where that kind of deep soul level happens, like the vortex that I was talking about. Like when you guys lock eyes, that's it. It's there. We've also got Knowledge twice on the Hierophant and the Priestess as well. So I feel like there is this this almost unknown quality to you. So when they see you, they kind of see this wisdom and knowledge and this depth of understanding and kind of just accepting them for who they are in so many ways. And with the Hierophant as well, maybe you have taught them a lot as well, and maybe you open their mind to love and the success of what love can be in so many ways. And just someone who I wouldn't be surprised if maybe you are spiritual in some way, or maybe you use manifestation techniques, or are just really in touch with your higher self, or you are trying to kind of drive more from your intuition in a lot of ways. Like I said, the Hierophant is this teacher character who well, it's about our structure, but learning especially, and that striving for knowledge. So I feel like you are that person whose presence imparts that on them, maybe in not even an obvious way. Like it doesn't have to be like a boss and an employee or a teacher or whatever that is. It's more your presence kind of unlocks things within themselves that on an unconscious level, as the High Priestess would suggest as well. And with the Emperor, like I was saying, stability and anchor, a lot of structure, but you've created this structure in order to then allow your creativity to flow, to then co-create with spirit. It's like a healthy boundary set, and maybe that's what they wish for themselves as well, because we've got this shark energy looming over here too. And it's like underneath the surface, there's like, I feel like you almost draw out the truth of them in so many ways. Like, I think in their mind, they're like, I can't really keep any secrets from this person, because their energy is one that is so open and honest. And there is kind of a lot of, with victory, I think, of peace and harmony. There is so much imparted, like one win for them is a win for you as well. So it's like there's a lot underneath the surface in kind of things that aren't said, but like looks and glances, I feel like you can decode so much. And maybe, like I said, maybe if you're spiritual, maybe you read tarot or something like that, so maybe they can never really truly hide in some ways. But there seems just to be this this kind of tension under the surface, of them knowing that they want to be truthful as well, and that you are in a position where you're non-judgmental, you're open to receiving anything, whether that be from spirit or from them. And it's like that, it's like going in grace in so many ways is what I'm hearing. But I want to pull you guys some songs as well from your person to kind of unlock some more things. So let's have a look in the song bag. Okay, so we have Don't Let the Sun Go Down on Me, Elton John and George Michael. And this is really interesting in terms of sun. I mean, with the Emperor card, this is Aries. It's the first of our zodiac, new beginnings. And I mean, the sun is something that sees the whole world, sees that clarity. Like I was saying, that kind of truth is always sought out and seen. And maybe it's like, don't let your sun, don't let your light like leave me in some ways. And with the kind of new dawn of Aries, that feels very much like a kind of spring. Like this is new energy, maybe potentially within this relationship and connection, or maybe it's just one that brings so much renewal and birth. And so that energy of warmth and clarity and wisdom in so many ways, and passion, is something that, you know, they don't want to lose. You Make Loving Fun, Fleetwood Mac as well. We also have Iran, A Flock of Seagulls. I ran so far away I couldn't get away. I love that with the shark energy, because sharks are like, you know, obviously like predators of the sea and everything. But it's, and A Flock of Seagulls. Oh, I just love it. I have spelled seagulls. Is it seagulls? Flock of seagulls? Maybe it's seagulls. Or maybe I've spelled... that may be a spelling mistake. I think it probably is. Let's Dance, David Bowie as well. So I think there is just this energy of fun and playfulness around. And with this Success card, obviously, with, you know, there's no greater goal than love. And obviously the Victory as well, which is so reminiscent of the World card in tarot. It just feels like there is just... It doesn't matter how long you guys have been seeing each other, or this connection has been, or if there's been separation, no contact. When this person sees you, there's just this overwhelming, like, fun. I feel like their face beams in a massive smile, and like everything, like we were saying, that's lurking in the shadows kind of gets pushed to one side, and it's just open and honesty, because there is that structure, because you guys have a solid foundation, whether that be friendship or more, and everything else, like I said, kind of bleeds into the background, and it is just this joy. It's joyous, which I absolutely love. So let's get some channeled messages as well. Let's see. So Spirit, what comes to their mind? So we've got, I want to reach out to you. So like I said, you know, it could be, this one may not be reminiscent for you if you see this person all the time, but maybe with this, I want to reach out to you if someone is in separation or no contact potentially, or maybe it's just been a while since you guys have seen each other. Maybe you guys are friends, or maybe this connection is something more. There's that need to be in your sphere in a lot of ways, like the sun. It's like that gravitational pull. You make me feel love in a new way, like I said, renewal, healing, reassurance. I have the feeling that you don't feel the same. So maybe they, because you are this stable structure who I feel like has this maybe deep spiritual connection and all those things. Maybe they don't feel like your feelings run as deep as theirs, like in the depths. Thank you for believing in me. Like I said, your like their victories are your victories as well. And I hate that I cause you tears. So for some people, if this is separation or no contact, that may not resonate. These two, I want to reach out to you. I hate that I caused you tears. That may not be for everyone, but I think they see the structure that you've built and the stability in that Emperor card, and also the structure and how you've set your boundaries. And maybe that's partly because of what they have done, but I feel like you kind of unlocked new knowledge within them of how, with that Hierophant especially, of them being reflective of themselves and their actions and their words and how they affect people, and that could be for both sides of someone who may be in separation or no contact or not, and this is a friendship or a love connection. But I feel like it inspires truth and honesty within themselves, and that's what goes through their mind. I think everything else melts away, and actually they want to be better, they want to do better, and especially towards you and this connection. So, my lovely friends of pile 1, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys today. I hope it resonated with you, and that is what goes through their mind when they see you. Thank you so much for watching. I have loved reading your cards today. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, hope to see you there. Bye. Hi there, lovely friends of pile 2. So if you picked the Fluorite moon, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, in terms of tarot, we have the Lovers, alignment, harmony. We have the 5 of Cups, dwelling, avoidance. And we also have the moon, intuition and illusion. And in terms of oracle cards, we have make, we have anxiety, we have peace, I am a being of love, and release all negative energies. And we also have starfish too. So firstly, what I'm feeling is, I think either you or this person, or maybe both people potentially, and take what resonates from this. There may have been something that has disrupted this connection, or so maybe there is a feeling of loss of some pleasure, some emotional pleasure in some ways, and maybe there is this kind of still dwelling over the grief of what was lost within the connection for some people, or maybe one or both people have suffered a loss outside of this connection that is actually causing them a lot of anxiety and pain, and a lot of their fears and anxieties have come up, which has kind of created this this period of darkness and maybe isolation. And what I feel is like this person, and when it goes through their mind, they either see you, that you are in this pain and living in this darkness, and they want to form this connection to bring peace to you, and they can see that to the outside world you are still shining, you are still in your starfish energy of being alluring, drawing people in, kind of getting on with stuff and trying to create peace within yourself. But maybe underneath the surface there may be something lurking which maybe you haven't quite addressed yet, and they want to reassure you and be there for you and hold your hand through it, is what I'm hearing. But also that may be them, it may be flip-flopped, or maybe both people are going through this, that maybe they have suffered, and maybe their anxiety is through the roof, and a lot of fears and anxieties are cropping up for them, and they don't really know who to trust, who's a friend or a foe. And actually, either way, it doesn't matter which way it is. When you guys are together and aligned, there feels like this healing and reassurance, that there is this connection. Lovers is Gemini energy, so the twins. So it feels like there is just unity here against all of the outside things, and together you can make this peace and this kind of guidance for one another, be there to support each other, and maybe build back up to feeling like, I feel like whoever it is has a great way of reassuring those around them that they're fine, and they have this appearance of being strong and in this starfish energy, that they are where they need to be and they're grounded and all of those things. But I feel like underneath the surface there are those things lurking for either one, but I think either way, in the presence, like I said, there is this kind of faith and serenity and hope that and knowing that actually you guys, depending on where the relationship is, maybe friends, maybe it's love, maybe it's new acquaintances, whatever that is, I think you can see that within each other. You can, whoever it is, you can see that they are going through this pain, through this kind of scale of grief with this 5 of Cups, and maybe it's towards this connection in some ways, but that kind of, it's something that you may not even openly say, or maybe you do address it when it's just the 2 of you. But I feel like there is this deep knowing on both sides of what is happening. It's like you can read each other's minds telepathically, and you can kind of see the anxiety, see that they're in this rut and vice versa, and just trying to make it better is what I'm like, heal the ouch is what I'm hearing, and just take time to listen to your intuition, to pierce through the illusion of what is going on around, and really find that peace and that hope within one another through love and through choosing love over the fear and anxiety. And I think the presence inspires them to do that, or inspires you to do that as well. I do feel like this is very much flip-flop, so maybe it's been something that has happened within this relationship that is now being mended, or maybe it's one person who has suffered outside of this relationship, or maybe within it, and it's kind of making amends. I'm going to get some songs and also some channeled messages, which may also help clarify this a bit further, but I hope it resonates, and in some way there's a lot of different kind of layers to it for this pile. So we have Don't Let Go, love and Vogue. So yeah, maybe in this presence it feels warm, like you don't have to be this starfish in some ways, and that maybe goes through their mind. Maybe they kind of melt into it and melt into you, and they can just kind of drop the facade which they're kind of showing to other people. I feel like they know that you see their, like, see their loss, see their pain, and they can trust you with that. And so maybe they don't want to be let go from your presence, or maybe if there was something that happened within this relationship, they know that you see through the outside facade, and in the same way that, you know, that maybe they don't want this separation or no contact if that's what you guys are in, and they want you to be in alignment with them, because I love you, Lizzo. So deep feelings here as well. We've got 8, Billie Eilish, 2, and that's like, that is, I love and cry in this song. It's such a beautiful song. It must have been love, Roxette. So maybe there has been a breakup or a separation. So maybe when they see you, they feel all of these memories flooding back and that love, but they don't really know where they stand with you in some ways, and maybe that flip-flopping between, maybe there's moments of feeling like in peace and knowing exactly where that person is and feeling that connection, and maybe others it feels, and in other moments it feels really distant, and that there's some let go energy. But I think there is that make it feel better, like heal that ouch is definitely something that I'm hearing. Yeah, and with 8 as well, like I'm hearing, but can you listen, that one lyric. So, but like, can you hear me out? So maybe there is no contact, and maybe that's come from you. Maybe you don't want to hear from them at the moment, and at this moment in time. but when they see you, I feel like maybe they're trying to talk to you, but maybe not in the way that maybe they're not even able to get their own words out and their thoughts out. I love our friendship. So I think on a deep level, no matter where the relationship has been or what has happened, that connection, that unity is something that they want to hold on to. I think you're my one. Let's get some more channel messages. So Spirit, what goes through their mind when they see pile 2? Loads of cards. Okay. I worry about us. So maybe just the state of the relationship at this moment in time. And obviously anxiety, like maybe, and this is the thing, maybe their fears and anxieties can lie to us, words and thoughts, that can all lie, but energy doesn't. And I feel like in your presence, the energy, they get that kind of peace and they can release some of that negativity. But I feel like when you then separate again, when you then don't see each other, it's like the worry mill starts turning again. We've also got, I can't forgive myself for hurting you. So like I said, that kind of loss of pleasure within the relationship, like I said, it may flip-flop. So it could be outside of this relationship or it could be within it. So take that if that resonates. But I definitely feel like there has been some pain caused within this relationship. And I get the feeling that that people can't be vocal with one another. And you have changed me. And obviously with this kind of anxiety and these fears, they need to learn from those and they need to learn from their mistakes and forgive themselves. And the fact that they can't forgive themselves at this moment in time means that even if they want to make changes at this moment in time, they're always going to kind of catch themselves out, like I said, with the worry mill, until they can forgive themselves and accept that that was in the past and they can sow new seeds in this moment in time. It's going to be harder for them to change their energy, change their future energy. But I think it's something that they understand, and especially within your presence, and when they see you and what goes through their mind, or maybe it's even talking to you, if you guys are just exchanging small bits. I think it's like the change, like they want to make and do something differently to find that alignment and harmony, because I think their internal projector reel is that of fear at the moment, and I feel like it changes gears when they see you or when they hear from you, and then it flips straight back. So there's a lot of flip-flopping energy here, and I wouldn't be surprised, like their minds especially kind of going into overdrive. And obviously we've asked what goes through their mind when they see you. I think it is that flitting between, do they like me? Do they not like me? Are they, have they forgiven me? Have they not forgiven me? With this moon, it's all about self-deception and illusion and not being able to tell a friend and a foe. So not that they necessarily think of you as a foe, someone who doesn't have their back or any of those things. I do think they see that with the Lovers card, and the peace, that you have their best intentions. But I think it's their mind lying to them in a lot of ways, going into overdrive and overthinking what you are thinking in some ways. But I think your presence does help them a lot, and your energy does give off that of friendship, of warmth, and I think they almost momentarily let that slip away and feel like they change in your presence. So my lovely friends of pile 2, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys today. I hope it resonated with you. I loved reading your cards today. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I'm sending so much love. Bye. Hi lovely friends of pile 3. So if you picked the Serpentine heart, then this reading is going to be for you. So firstly, in terms of tarot, for what goes through their mind when they see you, we have got the 5 of Rings, insecurity and recovery. We have 8 of Rings, resourcefulness and positive potential, and the 2 of Wands, independence and achievement. And in terms of oracle, we have movement, we have financial constraints, We have balance. I bring a state of perfect harmony into my world, and I do so without judgment. And we have fox energy. So I feel like this person, when they see you, I think they immediately think of almost, with the financial constraints and the insecurity, the Five of Rings, I think they see you as someone in a very stable and strong position. And that's what the fox would emulate as well, is a strong partner who is resourceful and can kind of follow their instincts and works hard, and with this resourcefulness and positive potential, is prudent and diligent towards their goals, and can see the creative vision, see where they want to go, want to create their world. And that's not even the physical world, that's just like where their intuition is leading them in terms of their dreams and desires, their passions, and kind of laying out the land and seeing the potential in everything. And I feel like that's how they see you and your forward movement, always looking towards making positive changes, and you can see the leaps and bounds that you need to make in order to reach your goal, and you're not afraid of constantly being persistent and dedicated towards that. And they see you doing that. Maybe you've even overcome financial constraints. And when we say financial constraints, especially within a love reading context, this could be in terms of relationships not going well, like having the door open but not really having anything come to you that has really made you feel secure or stable in some way. So maybe it's in that way, or maybe this is more their insecurities of their finances or their goals and ambitions. Maybe they don't know, maybe they feel a bit lost, maybe they've had a door close in some way and they feel a bit unstable. But with this recovery, I feel like your energy brings them into balance, and despite the feeling that they are in material trouble or physical need in terms of their material world, whether that is job or home or security or something like that, or maybe it's in another relationship, maybe not within this relationship necessarily, wherever they feel like a door has been closed, I feel like you are their window in so many ways. Like you are this kind of person that, even if it's not in a love context, someone who brings them into balance, who helps them realize the paradox of sometimes when we are in that state of feeling constrained, of feeling in need, when we are almost at our most desperate, or when it's like darkest before the dawn, it then brings around this harmony and this ability to see that life is complex, but also without that feeling, we won't then get the positive potential of what could be. It's like you are not afraid to reinvent yourself, and I feel like you inspire that within them. And I think because you are constantly on the move towards your goals and aligning to that, they see this movement, and I feel like you're this kind of guiding star that they almost can't quite grasp on to at the moment. Maybe they put their foot in it a lot. Maybe they say or do some things which are very which they regret later in some ways, maybe. That may not be for everyone, but I just see that they it's almost like waiting for a star to fall is coming to my mind when boy meets girl. It's that they can see that you are on your journey of bringing balance towards yourself. You've got your desires laid out in front of you. Even if you're not fully there yet, you're making positive steps every single day towards those goals and ambitions, and you have this strong sense of independence. Like you don't need anyone there. And maybe that's why when I said earlier with the financial constraints within relationships, maybe it's that like you've been open to love, but no one has made you want to, potentially, or maybe this person does, give up your independence of what you're working for. And you are your own wholeness in so many ways, and you follow your instincts and you feel unencumbered by other people's energy. You know what it takes you've got your boundaries, you've got your vision of where you want to go, and even if you get knocks or doors closed, you can always see that opportunity out. And I think that's what comes to their mind when they see you, as someone who is resilient, someone who is dedicated to themselves and working on their happiness. And I think that inspires them to do the same, to move forward with positive action, with the balance card, it's like the justice, to sow positive seeds now in order to get that payback later on, to see the change that, like, to be the change that they want to see, essentially. So I'm going to get some songs as well for you to see what songs come to mind, potentially. And if Boy Meets Girl comes out during this, I will, I don't know, maybe do a roly-poly. I haven't done one of those in a while. I got one that just went down my, roll down. So, we've got Cry Me a River, Justin Timberlake. So I'm kind of getting like that energy more, not as in like the Cry Me the River song, as in like, you know, that, like the context of it, but I'm like, the Cry Me a River is almost like, I feel a bit like your attitude of like, if there's someone's in that kind of woe is me kind of stage, not that you're not sympathetic, but I feel like you're like, okay, well, come on, cry me a river, let's get on with it, let's move forward, let's see and do something different. I feel like that's your energy, but in a positive way, not in the Justin Timberlake way. We've got Incomplete, Backstreet Boys. So maybe they feel like with this fox, it is that a strong, stable partner. So maybe they see you as someone that kind of helps bring them into balance in that way, and kind of challenges them to complete themselves. And not that they're not already whole and that they've got their things, but they want to make positive changes in order for them to, like I said, be the change that they want to see and complete the goals that they want to do, and all of those things. You Spin Me Round Like a Record, Dead or Alive. We've got Tainted Love, Soft Cell as well. And we've got Love Yourself, Justin Bieber. Okay, so we have got some kind of, well, like breakup songs or separation, no contact songs. So maybe in some ways this relationship is maybe with the financial constraints and the Five of Rings, maybe there was a door closed in some aspects of this relationship, and they see you doing that. They see you having taken this window, and maybe that inspires them to do the same. Maybe they see you having like moved on, and maybe this Cry Me a River is you as in that way. This may not resonate for you, but if it does, maybe they see you as being like that. Cry me a river, like I'm doing my thing, I'm following what I want to do and be who I want to be. And like, you go love yourself, you go do exactly the same as I've done. Like, I'm putting myself first. And maybe they feel constrained from your energy. Maybe they don't feel like they have you, that presence in their lives anymore. So that may resonate with you. Take that if it does, but if it doesn't, like I said, leave it. It feels like there's a couple of different energies and layers within this pile. So let's get some channeled messages as well. Thank you for always being you. So I think, like I said, your uniqueness, your being you, inspires them to do that within their lives as well, inspires them to take action. Even if it's something that you're not cheerleading them for in some ways, like you're like, you get on with it. If that's what you want to do, you keep saying that you want to do that, you go and do it. Like, yeah, Justin Bieber, go love yourself. Like, just go and do it if that's what you say you want to do. But I think you are kind of unapologetically you, and you're not going to say sorry for wanting to go after the things and putting hours and time into working on yourself and working on the things that make you happy. And that's the best way to be, is to put yourself first and make yourself the first priority. I think about you every day. So there is this kind of like, with this You Spin Me Round Like a Record, there is this kind of constant like wheel spinning round in their mind, I feel like, in some ways, around you. I can't get you out of my head. Yeah, just said that. Please stop dragging my heart around. But then but I feel like you're not doing that in some ways. Like, I feel like that is them almost saying that, like, you're just doing yourself and being you, and they're the ones that are kind of playing that reel and kind of getting stuck up on you in some ways, because I think they see, I'm always also hearing like good for you, like Olivia Rodrigo, like, but not that you've like moved on or anything like that, but you're putting yourself first, and they're kind of like in this like, oh, good for you, you're doing this and that, in their head. But it's like, well, you could do the same, and it's not like you've moved, maybe you have moved on, but you don't have to have done. But it's like, I'm not doing it, I'm just being me, I'm just going to go after and do it. It's not like I'm posting for you, or I'm doing my self improvements or working towards my goals for your satisfaction. I'm doing it for me. I really like your energy, friend. I've also got, I want to take control of this connection. So, but then they keep going around in their head and their feelings of, you know, that cry me a river. So maybe you feel like this has been something that has repeated. Maybe they've said, oh, I've got to work on myself, I've got to do this. So you're like, okay, fine, you go and do that then. And maybe it's just that cycle that you feel. But I feel like your energy brings them, like I said, into that. They see you moving forward, and they almost want to do that within, to bring harmony to them. And they see you, maybe like with fox, like they always say cunning fox. Maybe you're like this person who is instinctual, who will just go after their stuff. And you're not going to be dragged around by them or their energy. And maybe you've kind of cut it off in some ways with that 5 of rings. And they can kind of see you doing all of these things, but they feel out of it potentially. But I think your hard work and your ability to do that inspires them, like I said at the beginning, but also then makes them go round in their head again. So my lovely friends of pile 3, I'm going to leave this reading here for you guys today. I hope that resonated with you. Like I said, I think you guys are absolutely boss. I absolutely loved reading your cards. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope to see you there. Bye. Hi, lovely friends. So if you picked the Unakite tooth crystal, then this reading is going to be for you. So, firstly, in terms of tarot, for what goes through their mind when they see you, we have got Spirit of Cups, opportunity and creativity. We have the 2 of Rings, fluctuation and adaptability. And we have Spirit of Rings, productivity and endurance. In terms of Oracle, we have Birth. We have Door to Spirit. We have Doubt, I release the need to know all the answers, and we have Lion Spirit as well. So firstly, I want to talk about Lion, because this is self-transformation. It's the fire element, and it's kind of that phoenix rising from the ashes in so many ways, but it's also, the lion is like the hunter, obviously, of the jungle, but it's kind of the mascot of our strength card as well. And strength is not even outward strength, it's also internal strength and vulnerability too. And I feel like when they see you, this person is overwhelmed by your courageousness and your drive for the things that matter to you. With the Spirit of Rings and also the Spirit of Cups, we have this kind of GPS, like, you know what emotionally makes you happy, what you are seeking and going after, and also in terms of your kind of physical world, and they marry like your goals and dreams. They are very much aligned. And I think the lion, as this symbol of self-transformation, they see how you have this strong sense of spirit and how you have almost come through this rebirth. I'm seeing like Simba in The Lion King kind of going through in Hakuna Matata, that story, like, you know, how he grows up through the song. And I'm seeing that, like this this transformative energy of how you, maybe haven't seen you for a while, or maybe there's been a bit of distance, but now when they see you, or they see you from, you know, on social media or whatever that is, whatever social media is, what, Instagram, what, but whenever they see you in whatever way they do, it's almost like their eye is opened to your change, your transformation. And with this doubt cards, I release the need to know all the answers. Maybe this inspires that in them too, in terms of maybe they feel they are going through their realignment and their fluctuation and how they are adapting to their world. Maybe new opportunities have come towards them and they're seeing how they work for them. And I think they are kind of overwhelmed by your energy of, I trust and have faith that I'm going to be guided and that I've got my goals and ambitions set, and I know the path is going to change. It may fluctuate and all of those things, but I know my ultimate destination, and that's what I'm going after. It's like, as soon as the hunter locks eyes on what it wants, that is where they're going, that is where they're driven to. And I feel like you help relinquish doubt within them too, break that down. Just your energy and how you kind of declare it freely what you want to go after. And maybe you have opened the door to spirituality in some way. Maybe you've got yourself tarot cards, or maybe you are practicing some sort of divination, or maybe you have a new practice. But you've kind of unlocked this creativity, following your heart, and kind of being reassured by that and nurtured by, you may not know necessarily where you're going, or actually no, you do know the goal, sorry, but you don't know necessarily where the road's going to take you, the kind of diversions, but you know that you'll see them as opportunities instead of road bumps. They're actually going to be things that challenge you and kind of help with your recreation of you learning the lessons that you need in order for you to get to that goal. And I think these are the two slowest moving knights, their spirit in this deck, but the knight, so the Knight of Pentacles and also the Knight of Cups, who, you know, go steadily, go forward, and kind of when they lock eyes, they are dedicated, they are persistent to that. So I feel like they see you as someone who, glow up is a word that I like, an expression that I don't really use, but I think they see how you have kind of glowed up where you want to go, in a way. Like, you have had this kind of clean slate with yourself where you're like, okay, what do I actually want now? Like, you've asked yourself these big questions and opened your mind and your heart towards what's going to make you truly happy. And you are like unburdening yourself from any doubt and needing to know exactly where it's going. There's less like control and the ego's plan on your journey forward, and they see that very, very plainly. And I think that you know, when one person wakes up, it inspires the rest of the people around them too. And I think it's kind of made them do their own kind of karmic accounting in some way. But with Leo, Lion, sorry, I was going to say we've kind of got like that Leo energy, but we've also got Earth and Water there too. So that you don't have to have Leo in your chart or anything. I just thought Leo, Lion, and obviously it's Leo season at time of recording. So kind of stepping into power. And into your personality and your confidence and all of those things, taking on the stage. So let's get some songs as well for what runs through their mind when they see you. Because I just heard, because music is the food of love, and then I was like, I won't say that, and then I've just done it anyway, so it doesn't matter. So we have Complicated, Avril Lavigne. So I feel like that's almost you being like, why do you have to go make things so complicated? Like, just release it. Just release all of that stuff. And that's what I mean by so unburdened and unencumbered. Like, I think it's not that you're chilled out or like a lazy lion or anything like that, or a sleeping lion. It's more just like you're like, I know I'm gonna get it. So it's like that trust and faith in the universe and in spirit. And not everyone understands that, but I feel like they're trying to, like, you've balanced yourself out. You've almost had these two you've had the opportunity to think in a new way and to ground something, to take this seed of knowledge or this new way of thinking, and you're like, maybe you've balanced that out and dropped the old ways, like release the past, and you're like, yeah, I'm fully here. But everyone else is still kind of in this fluctuation, like, I don't really understand what they're how powerful are so powerful, and they're so trusting and all of these things. But I think they're kind of seeing your rebirth in some ways, like death, rebirth, like you've allowed your old skin to shed, and that's the transformation there. You've accepted and welcomed in the change, and that's true power. We have Heartbeat, Scouting for Girls. We have Irreplaceable, Beyonce. And we also have We Don't Talk Anymore, Charlie Puth and Selena Gomez. So like I said with the social media thing maybe they see that you've gone through this transformation, but maybe they are not necessarily, maybe it's not a love connection at the moment. Maybe it's separation or no contact, or maybe it's friends. Maybe there was the potential to be more potentially at some point. But there feels like there's been this disruption maybe, which you've just kind of got on with things and you're doing all the things that make you happy. And I think they see glimpses of you, or if you are in the same sphere and you are seeing each other and it's not separation or anything, I think they're caught up in their complicated thoughts in so many ways, and how you guys aren't talking, and they see you and how you maybe feel irreplaceable in their lives in some way, but you're just like, I'm doing me. I'm going through my healthy transformation. I'm doing the things that make me happy. I'm working towards my goals. And like I said, maybe that inspires them to do the same and kind of realign their goals and see that the path isn't maybe as tricky, and maybe their ego is making it much trickier than it needs to be. So yeah, those are very, very interesting songs. So maybe not all of them will resonate with you. So let's get you some channeled messages as well. So we have I Can't Get You Out of My Head. And obviously with the We Don't Talk Anymore as well. That's a really, really interesting one, and Irreplaceable too. When Can I See You Again? So yeah, I feel like it's mainly social media maybe at the moment, that they are seeing you on at this moment in time, or maybe just through friends, maybe through friends' words and everything. I don't want things to change. And obviously you have changed as well, and it doesn't matter how long it's been since you've seen this person last. Like, you change every day, you shed layers every day, you learn things every single day. So of course you have changed, and this connection therefore has changed too, because it's two different people who are chasing their own things and who inspire and challenge one another. So I like holding on to the past. Maybe even if you guys are in a relationship or this connection and they see all the self-transformation that you're going through, maybe it's like they don't want to be left behind in some ways, but they kind of need to release that and kind of follow their own flow as well, and realize that things go through transformation, things happen, things change, and it's all about the reaction to it, whether they're willing to take that on for themselves too. And we have I'm Thinking of You Right Now. Yeah, I feel like their thoughts are always there. I'm trying to find myself, so maybe they're going through their Simba Hakuna Matata moment as well. Maybe they're a little bit further back than you, and maybe you're a little bit more grown-up Simba. Just going to keep going to that. I don't have that song in my bag, but if we did, I hoped it would have come up. I hate that we're not talking. So yeah, we don't talk anymore. That may not resonate for everyone if you are seeing this person, but I get the feeling that it may be through a media of some kind. My mind and heart are saying different things. So yeah, so I feel like their mind is that that is kind of the thing that's running over, and in their heart they're like, I know that we haven't changed, or that you are still there, you still care for me and all of those things, but my mind is kind of doing the racing here. And with the Complicated song as well, like, words and thoughts can lie, energy doesn't. And I feel like that's it, like it's the energy versus their kind of thoughts and things that aren't even really theirs, the things that, all the fears and anxieties that get on top of us. So I think they're in that state of flip-flopping between, but mainly just kind of in awe of all that you are doing. And that's what, like, where their mind takes them, is just like, wow, like they are just absolutely doing things for themselves. Like, yeah, it's an amazing energy that you guys have got at the moment, and I wish you all the best for your transformations and your changes, and your opening up to spirit and the universe, if that's what you guys are doing as well. I feel like if you're here at this moment in time, then that's probably great. And if you've got tarot cards, keep going. Is a message that I'm hearing. Spirit is like, we've got you. like we want to talk to you, your guides. So keep opening yourself up to that as well. So my lovely friends of pile 4, I'm going to leave that here for you guys today. I hope it resonated with you. Ultimately, I'm sending so much love. I loved reading your cards. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, sending so much love. Bye. Hi, lovely friends. So if you picked the rose quartz elephant, then this reading is going to be for you. So what goes through their mind when they see you? Firstly, with tarot, we have 8 of cups, new direction, walking away. We have the 3 of swords, upheaval and release. And we have the King of Wands, leadership and success. And then in terms of oracle cards, we have endurance, we have door to romance, we have relationships, I'm attracted to those people who serve my higher good, and we have lizard energy as well. So firstly, I'm seeing a lot of fire energy, so I feel like maybe you could be a fire sign, so a Leo, Sagittarius or an Aries, or have those placements in your chart. You do not have to, but the overwhelming energy that I get is that you are someone who is, and this is how your person sees you, is a instinctual being. Someone who is passionate and driven and is almost restless in that way of, and fervent in wanting to change their circumstances and bring around their vision for the world and their desires in so many ways. And I think you are someone who is willing to help others, who has this really strong intuition, strong instinct, and is very strong within your power. But I feel like within this relationship and this connection, there has been some upheaval, some sorrow, some grief with this 3 of swords. And I feel like there is this stagnant energy, water energy, which may not have been addressed at this moment in time, or kind of lingers under the surface. With that 3 of swords, maybe there was manipulation, lies or deceit in some way, or maybe it just feels like they shattered some part of you, or they feel like they see that has happened to you in some sense. Maybe you were in a different relationship and they were outside of that. So take what resonates within it, but there was definitely a need to release that and release the stagnant energy. And I get mostly that it's probably within this connection. And with the walking away and the new direction, it's realizing that you can't kind of save what has been lost, but you can follow your instincts and your intuition to a new journey, to a new light, and follow that forward in order to search for something else. It's walking away so you can have that rebirth and that chance to open up new doors. And with this door to romance and this relationships, maybe this is taking this relationship to a friendship level, or maybe there's just this need for connection within it, whatever sense that is. And I feel like this person, whenever they see you, they feel like the door to romance is maybe ajar in some ways. Maybe they feel like it's not closed. It's like a dot cliffhanger ending, like maybe a chapter closed within your relationships at some point, but there's still this endurance, there's still this heart there that, you know, you guys could almost elevate it back to where it was, or that you can work together to pave a new path and walk off into the sunset. It's just what I just heard, but like as in a really soppy romantic way, but like, you know, maybe the door is not fully closed and it's not a full stop, never, but at this moment in time you guys both need to follow yourselves and do make the changes that you want to, and for your higher good. But I feel like they feel this connection is part of their higher good in a lot of ways, and that they do see you as this almost like door to romance, and something that helps unlock parts of themselves. But with the lizard spirit as well, they see obviously your power in terms of your instincts and following that. And with the lizard, I think of like shedding skins and transformation. But I also, with the lizard, you know, can get burnt out quite easily, or can needs that time away to follow their instincts and kind of block out the noises of the world. And I feel like that is, with the Three of Swords and the Eight of Cups, that is the energy at the moment, that each person has to do their bit to get themselves back to this connection in some way. But like the door, and maybe if there is separation or no contact, like the door is still there, it's still ajar, and there is a purpose to this relationship. I definitely feel that when they see you, they like realize all the lessons that they've learned, and they see your strength with this King of Wands and how you are in your authority and within your power, and just your creativity in abundance and how it overflows. And I think that inspires them to want to address the pain that may have been caused on one side, or both sides, and go into a new beginning, a new dawn, because they definitely feel like this has a purpose spiritually for them. So I want to get some songs as well, which may help bring around some more things that run through their mind. So we have Can't Help Falling in Love, Elvis Presley, and the Jordanaires. So I feel like as well, maybe something that I haven't said already, maybe this was a friendship level. And like I said, maybe this was outside the pain and the suffering from a different relationship. Maybe that was what you went through. And maybe this is actually walking away from friendship into love. Maybe it's actually flipped the other way. Maybe you guys have always been within each other's lives and you've always had this relationship, but maybe this door to love is opening as opposed to closing, or being left ajar. Maybe it's something that has never been fully shut off, maybe like friend zoned is what I'm hearing. Like maybe you have never said like, oh, you're in the friend zone. Maybe it's always been something, but you know, you can love your friends in such a way as well and have such an affinity. So I just feel like there is this ability to help uplift each other, and when you run through their mind and when they see you, I think they see that you guys can help renew love within like all the stagnant energy that may have built up, whether outside or inside this relationship. You guys can work through that and really move mountains together. We've also got Electric Feel, MGMT, and I feel like with the King of Wands as well, that kind of electric shock that runs through it, like it's I've just done my first aid training and I'm thinking of like a defib where, you know, where it shocks and kind of shocks you back into reality in some ways. Maybe when they see you, those feelings all come back in so many ways. And like realigns from fear or sorrow or pain that they were feeling. We've also got 8, Billie Eilish. I love that song. This came up earlier, actually, this song. And also All of Me, John Legend as well. So August 8 may be significant, or it's also the infinity sign as well, which again, I love. But that song as well, if you don't know it, it's a great ukulele ditty as well. But it's like, there's this one lyric which I came up, which was coming to mind earlier, was like, but can you listen? And it's one of those things where I feel like the lizard is also a telepathic and spiritual being too. So maybe it's like you listen to a lot of their soul and can see almost through them with that electric feel and that all of me. Like I think you are just present with them, and there is that overwhelming kind of it's like being seen for who you are and all the pain and sorrow and everything. And I think there is no social mask within this relationship. It's who you are. And like I said, together you guys can move mountains. Whether that's, you know, pain has been caused within this relationship, there's been separation, no contact. I feel like when they see you, it's like coming home in some ways. And just a refresh, like it hits their reset button in so many ways and kind of aligns them back. That 8 song is a really beautiful song, but yeah, it could mean August maybe for some people. Maybe you guys are meeting up in August as well. I wake up every morning hoping to see a text from you. So I don't want things to change. We've also got I know I can't have you. So maybe at the moment, maybe you have put distance between you guys, if there has been that sorrow and pain caused by them, and you've set those boundaries. And I think because the King of Wands as well is such an instigator of change, maybe they see that you've done so much changing for yourself, and you are going through that kind of renewal, and that release, and maybe they know that they don't want to disrupt that, and they feel like they can't have you anymore. And I hate this distance between us. So yeah, so maybe they're getting it through friends or something like that, as in what comes through their mind when they see you. Maybe that's when they're seeing you, as like through friends and speaking to them, or on social media. But there is that kind of that hope here, that that door to romance isn't quite closed yet, and there is this significance to this relationship for them, especially, and with endurance as well. Like maybe they feel like if they wait it out, or if they do their part to try and make changes for themselves, that they may, and they're just there with that can't help falling in love. Like they just can't help imagining you and putting like a placeholder in their life for you in so many ways, is what I'm hearing. But I think they know it's on you, and it's in your power to change this relationship if you want it. And I feel like the door is yours to close or open, for them, in that way, because I feel like they know that they need to apologize or have this accounting for what they have done. So my lovely friends of pile 5, I'm going to leave that reading there for you guys today. I hope that resonated with you. I absolutely love reading your cards today. Thank you so much for trusting me. If you'd like to see me again, please do hit that subscribe button. Until next time, I hope to see you there. I'm sending so much love. Bye.